Fordy, it's Mrs Dunn here with your maths lesson for today. It is the 8th of July and I really hope you're well. Going to warm up our brains this morning by rounding numbers to the nearest 10. So just to recap, if you've got 256 and you would like to round the number to the nearest 10, it's that ones digit that you're looking at. If that ones digit is a 1, 2, 3 or 4, we round down to the 10 before. If it's 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, we round up to the next 10. So on the screen I've got 256. The 6 is my ones digit. It's bigger than 5, it's 5 or bigger, so I'm rounding up. So 256 rounded to the nearest 10 would be 260. Let's have a go at some daily 10 questions. You're going to need a pencil and some paper. If you need to go and grab those, pause the video now and come back to me when you're all set up. Okay, I'm going to give you 7 seconds per question and then we'll go through the answers at the end. Good luck, Year 4. Okay, I'm going to reveal the answers. Pause the video and mark your work and then pop back to me when you're done. Okay, so let's have a look at today's lesson. Today we're going to use graphs to solve some problems, and the problems that we're going to solve are comparison problems, sum and difference problems. So comparison is where we're going to make a direct comparison. We're going to compare the data by answering questions. If you're asked to find the sum, that's when you have to find the totals within the data. So it might ask you to find the sum of the red and the yellow. So you're going to add those together. And then difference is the opposite. You might need to do some subtraction to work out how many more or how many less. And you could subtract or you could count on. So let's have a look at some examples. Okay, so I've got a table with some information in, and the information is kings or queens and the length of their reign to the nearest whole year, so the length of time that they were king or queen. And the first question is, how many more years did George V rule for than George VI? So I'm having a look at the information in the table, and I can see that George V ruled for 26 years. I'm just going to make a note of that. George VI ruled for 15 years. So this is a finding the difference question. It's asking how many more. So I've got to find out the difference between 26 years and 15 years. And to do that, I can either do 26 take away 15, or I can start with 15 and work out how many more to get to 26. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 26 take away 15. and I'm going to do 26. I'm going to count back 6 to take me to the 20, and then I know it's another 5 to 15. So the answer is 11. George V ruled for 11 more years than George VI. Now I've got another question. How many more years did George VI rule for than Edward VII? So George VI was 15 years, and then Edward VII, have a look in the table for Edward VII. There you go, that's 9 years. And again, it's a finding the difference question. So what I'd like you to do is pause the video and work out the difference between 15 years and 9 years. Pause the video, work out the answer, and come back to me when you're done. Okay, so you could have done 15 take away 9, or you could have started at 9 and counted up to 15. Either of those ways should give you 6. So 15 take away 9 equals 6. So George VI ruled for 6 more years than Edward VII. Okay, so now we've got a bar chart that shows us the most significant kings and queens in England and how long they reigned for, so how long they were the king or queen for. And this first question here has got that really important word, some. And in maths, that means that we need to add together numbers. So we're asking what the sum of years was that William the Conqueror and Elizabeth I reigned for. So if I look at William the Conqueror, he was 20 years, and Elizabeth I was, so the increments at the side are going up in 2s, so I think Elizabeth I was 44 years. And because it's a question about sum, I know I need to add those together. So I'm going to do 20 add 44, or I can switch that round and do 44 add 20, and the answer is 64. So William the Conqueror and Elizabeth I ruled for 64 years in total. The next question is a what is the difference question. So I've got to find out the difference between the amount of years that William the Conqueror ruled for and the amount of years that Elizabeth I ruled for. So it's the difference between 20 and 44. So I can start with my 44. And I can take away my 20. So 44, 34, 24. So the difference between the two is 24 years. Okay, what I'd like you to do today is complete the questions that I've uploaded into the Teams folder. I've decided to do them on paper today because we've had a few issues with maths.co.uk. So you can either print out the questions and complete them on the paper, or you can look at them on the screen and then just jot down the answers on some paper you've got at home. When you have finished, the answers are also uploaded into Teams. They're on 2 separate documents. Any problems Year 4, drop me an email or message me on Teams. Enjoy your maths today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.